Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Harbor Media's annual meeting for 2020. And I'm Laura Burns. I'm the president of the Harbor Media Board of Directors, and I just want to thank all the members and all the staff and everyone for being here. And Michelle did mention that we are recording, just so you know. We will be showing it because that's what we do, and this will give people who just visit our channels to see what Harbor Media is all about and what Norwell Spotlight TV is all about. So Michelle Balconi is our executive director, and she will be the main MC, but I just wanted to give a brief word of welcome to all of you. And just to say one thing, which is, of course, ordinarily, this would be our annual meeting. We'd be, drinking, ginger ale and eating cookies and chatting and looking at the cameras and visiting with each other. We cannot do that. I think that some people I've spoken to in the last 6 months have thought, well, Harbor Media, Norwell Spotlight TV, this is great. This is your moment. You may think that this is our native land, this video screen. And indeed, it is in some ways that this is where we live, but it's easy to forget that there are people behind these screens and that our staff and our executive director have had to work with their hands tied behind their back and standing on their head to continue to bring to us the stories from Hingham, stories from Norwell, telling the story of this strange time and trying to keep us all in touch with each other while we isolate in our houses. And so I just wanted to recognize our staff and how hard they've worked to keep up with this, and especially would like to recognize our new director, Michelle Balconi, who is 6 months on the job. So if you count back carefully, you'll realize that 6 months ago, basically, Michelle accepted the job as our executive director and had to close the studio the next day, basically, and has been figuring out how to make it work since then, safely taking care of the staff and taking care of all the members of the community who participate in what we do. So I just wanted to thank you very much for how hard you've worked. This has been really hard. The results have been worth it, and we're going to, later on, they're going to have some great stuff to show us about what they've been up to, and I can't wait. So I'm going to turn it over to Michelle now.
Thank you so much, Laura. I really appreciate that and your support and the support of the board. And I really look forward to sharing our accomplishments and our vision tonight, and to know that it's a team effort. So you'll get to meet the members of the team, and the board is a big part of that team in helping us do what we like to do with the community. Just because we like to start things off with a bang, I'm going to invite Adam to share our latest station IDs, because we are public access television and station IDs is what we do. So we're going to cue that up for you. And I'd like to thank all of you for making yourselves available tonight. It's not the traditional way, as Laura mentioned, that we would spend time together. But I am so glad that you did carve out this time to share some accomplishments and then look forward to the vision that this team has planned for the communities of Hingham and Norwell. As Laura mentioned, I am Michelle Balconi, and I am the Harbor Media Executive Director, about 6 months on the job in this position. I welcome you all for sharing your evening, and really just to remind us all that we're here to celebrate something very special, and that is hyper-local public access television. We do really special work here. We engage with the community and we collaborate, and we just want to share what we've created together with the community. Also, as Laura said, we'd much rather celebrate with you in person, but that's the one thing that a pandemic has taught us, is that doing things by Zoom allows us to really push the limits of business casual. So I'm not asking what anyone's wearing, just make yourself comfortable, grab a snack if you'd like, you're on mute, and let's get down to business. It's been a super busy year for Harbor Media and NSTV, and unlike many industries that unfortunately have been adversely impacted by the pandemic, our team has been busier than ever. Tonight, we'd like to share some of our many accomplishments. We're going to premiere our annual highlight video. We're going to vote in a slate of Board of Directors members. We'll introduce you to our hardworking team, showcase our members of the year, and finally, we're going to map out our goals for the year ahead. This global pandemic has put public access TV in the spotlight as a trusted, hyper-local source. Everything is local these days, and this team has met the challenge. Here are a few of our accomplishments from this past year. We expanded our community partnerships and created 7 new multi-episodic shows. We adapted to film in pandemic conditions for government public meetings, count that as 2 outdoor town meetings, and our community interview process, including a COVID safety filming training and new set of guidelines. We pivoted to online and remote training classes, and we currently have active enrollment with elementary and middle school kids, as well as adults with different learning styles. We developed our first video contest with the North-South River Watershed Association, promoting water conservation, and this resulted in 8 new episodes for this TV series, and we had more than 2,000 online votes as a result. That was some serious community engagement. We developed an interactive television schedule with video on demand on our Harbor Media website. This means at any time, if you'd like to know what's playing now, what's playing in 6 hours from now, just go to harbormedia.org to look at the TV schedule and video on demand feature. This year, we partnered with trusted regional radio and Edward R. Murrow winner, 95.9 WATD, to record and air a debate for the 2020 election. We created a way to connect families and community members through video to celebrate milestones that would normally have been public events. Of note are Memorial Day celebrations, the 4th of July in Hingham, and school promotion and award ceremonies. During this pandemic, people were not able to come together in person, but Harbor Media really worked hard to bridge the gap so that these milestones could still be celebrated. We provided timely and up-to-date information as circumstances changed for health, local government, and our schools. There's a lot more to share, but let's watch it all unfold in our annual premiere video.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Rohini Gadrad.
I'm Laurie Tobin.
My name is Andrea Lovett.
I'm Abby Gray. And I'm Megan Buteau.
And welcome to Newton's Neighbors.
Welcome to Bow to Stern.
And we are hosts of the show, Bringing the World to Your Table.
Welcome to the Jewel of Norwell.
Welcome to Harbor Media from the PRS News crew.
NSTV is one of our most favorite area networks. We love filming the show, bringing you different locations from around the world. And during COVID, we're trying to find interesting recipes and destinations locally for you to enjoy. And so we'd just like to give a big thanks to NSTV for letting us bring the world to your table. We love them. Cheers.
You know, I was really blown away by how our first episode of Green Living turned out. I really didn't know what to expect. You know, we had done a number of interviews, but to see how Christina put it together and wove in, you know, different visuals, different facts, different slides, along with the interviews, I was super impressed.
Harbor Media has some wonderful staff. Right now I have Erin with me. She's doing a terrific job of filming this show here, which is the Bow to Stern, and also the Getting a Green Thumb. I'm really blessed to have such a great crew to work with.
One of the challenges we've had in the town is the ability to reach out to folks and let them know what's going on. In my capacity as emergency management director, once Norwell Spotlight TV had been created and was working, it was a simple matter of either picking up the phone or simply sending an email over to the staff, and the staff would then take that information and make sure that it got up on the cable channels.
You may not come home for Christmas, but you come home to hang him for the 4th of July.
Thank you for attending Norwell's video presentation of the year 2020's Memorial Day ceremony.
We have examples of that same bravery in Hingham. The names and faces were part of the fabric of our town and are now part of our town honor roll.
It goes without saying that the school year that we just emerged from and the school year that we're about to begin now have been, and no doubt will continue to be, the most challenging school years that any of us can remember. It's certainly been comfort to me to know that through all of this, we've been able to count on the partnership of Harbor Media. And whether it be delivering breaking news to the community or helping us to make treasured events like our senior awards and graduation in particular, to make those events accessible to the broader community while continuing to serve our seniors, that has really enabled us to continue reaching our families in the ways that we need to. We couldn't have done it without them.
Oh, I just want to appreciate all the things that Harbor Media does and what a resource it is for our community, and really thinking about how you get the word out to the people, that people of Hingham are incredibly well informed because of what you do. So thank you for what you do.
So it's been really great working with Harbor Media because they've given us the ability to tell a story through this lovely narrative video, as opposed to just having quick facts or posts or images on our social media. This is really giving the full picture and makes it a much more personal experience.
I'm not afraid to eat any more chickens. I just think they're gross.
Plop them on in there. You get that?
Enjoyed watching the highlight video. We certainly had a lot of fun living it and experiencing it and collaborating with the communities of Hingham and Norwell. Laura, I understand that we have some business to get to.
Got to remember unmute. Yes, we do have some business to get to. Part of our annual meeting business is that we must elect some directors for the next year. So to do the very brief formal part of our annual meeting, I will call the annual meeting to order. And our business is to elect 3 members of the board. The board has nominated 3 current members of the board to continue in their terms, and they have accepted should they be elected. And we will be accepting any nominations from the floor as well, if anybody would like to nominate themselves or anyone else. Members of Harbor Media and Norwell Spotlight TV are eligible to vote on the board member elections. So we have for you finishing their term and hoping to serve another term are Betty Foley, who is treasurer of the board. Rob Kirk is clerk of the board. And Liz Van Cuso is a new member who joined just in the last 6 months to finish the term of Noreen Moras, who stepped off the board, and Liz would like to serve another term as well. So the board has nominated these 3 people for 3 openings, and I'll just ask if there are any nominations from the floor. You'll have to unmute yourself if you want to nominate anybody else. But hearing none, then I will just suggest that I would like to entertain a motion to elect these 3 members of the board for another term by acclamation. And so I will accept a motion from board member Jim Dellett to that effect.
A motion, we vote.
And from board member Mark Brody, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Then, all in favor of electing these 3 board members by acclamation, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, members, or raise your hand with a little reaction thingy. And thank you very much. And I would like to thank Betty and Rob and Liz for their service. They each bring really valuable talents to the board, and I look forward to serving with them in the next year. Having done our business, then I will now adjourn the formal part of our annual meeting. So adjourned, and on with the fun. Back to you, Michelle.
Great, thank you. I'm happy to hear that our board members wish to return. They're an important part of what we do. So as part of our meeting this evening, and if we were all together, hopefully you'd be mixing and mingling with our Harbor Media and Norwell Spotlight TV team. So we wanted to provide an opportunity to share who is working with the communities to create such great public access television content. We're going to get started with Adam. Go ahead, Adam.
1 second. All right, guys. Hi, I'm Adam Sayre. I'm the Director of Operations here at Harbor Media. Basically, what I do is I kind of just help if things get broken, also help point Harbor Media in the direction of, the future for technology and things like that. Things I like about working here is pretty much, everything, but also I loved working when I was on the NSTV side of things. I also loved working on a bunch of shows. I have it all written down here. I loved working on shows like Abby and Megan. I loved working with the Council on Aging. Did a lot of great stuff there. I also loved working on Faces and Places, which we won an award for. And I also loved all the Nature Watch shows. TikTok Walk, which we won an award for, was great. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the future brings for Harbor Media and all that fun stuff. So then I'll kick it off to Barbara.
Hi, everybody. My name is Barbara Long. I'm the office administrator here at Harbor Media. I started last November. I live in Hingham, so this is a real treat for me to work in Hingham. My family all lives in Hingham, born and raised, and what I do is the office admin. I take care of the filing and the bills and the office supplies and other miscellaneous office stuff. But when I first came, like I said, it's almost a year in November, but my best memory was in December when they had Christmas in the Square, Hingham Square, and it was freezing cold and it was drizzly, and about 100 hundreds of people came to Harbor Media Tent to get their pictures taken with the snowman. And it just was such a sense of community. And everybody knew who Harbor Media was. It was just great. I really enjoy working here. And, you know, it's people, I am so impressed with the staff here. They deal with such complicated software and they make it look so easy. And, you know, that's all I have to say. I'm glad to meet everybody via Zoom. I'm sure it's in person, but I'm going to pass this on now to Joe. So Joe, you're up.
Thank you, Barbara. Hello, I'm Joe Collymore, and I am a producer here at Harbor Media. I'm working on perhaps my third year here at the station, and it's been nothing but a joy throughout. You can find me working on such programs as Close-Ups, South Shore Scoop, South Shore Diversity Spotlight, and one of our newest programs, which is Community Conversations. And in fact, I'm really excited about looking forward to working with Hingham Unity Council, which has signed on to co-sponsor Community Conversations. One of my most fondest memories over this past year was working as a co-host on History Abode, where we were able to interview descendants of Tuttleville, which was an early settlement community right here in Hingham, comprised of indigenous people and African Americans dating back to 1783. Quite impressive, and looking forward to continuing to continue those conversations, as they say, with next generation Tuttleville descendants. Without further ado, I want to pass it on now to Kaylee.
Wait, can I interrupt 1 second? I just want to say, Joe, a special thank you from me, because I've been on this board since its inception, and anytime I go out in the community, people say to me, do you know Joe? And I thank you for your service, as does, I'm sure, a lot of the board.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Dang, how do I follow that? Hi, everyone. I'm Kaylee, the community manager for Harbor Media in Hingham. This is a new position, and I'm very excited to have it. I started at this company in 2018 as a studio assistant, so to move up so quickly is one of my greatest accomplishments. Women empowerment, everyone. My role varies daily. I handle the internship program here. I teach classes. I manage our social media accounts along with the website. And I manage the majority of the videographer schedules, meaning if any people in the community have great stories to tell or want to become a community partner, they usually reach out to me, and then I reach out to Christina, Mark, and Aaron, and we all work as a team to make sure those stories are told. We just have a great team here, and I actually like everyone. I'm not lying. So I think that's great. My favorite memory this year was back in February. This was before COVID. So it's a cute little memory to think of when I want to like tear my hair out. A group of PRS News Crew students came here as a field trip, and they usually come here like every other month or so. And a lot of the kids who came had already come here before, which was great because that means they loved coming here. But I had to come up with something new for them to do because they'd already done all the stuff. So I used our new conference room, and I told them to create a story using the whiteboard. So as I was walking by, I realized this little girl was telling a story about her dog, and she was clearly in love with this dog, and she had so much admiration for this dog. And the principal, Melissa Smith, was standing next to me, and we were so into the story until we heard that the dog went to a farm, and she hadn't seen the dog since. So right then and there, me and Melissa knew what she meant, or what she didn't mean, but knew what actually happened. We just started screaming and laughter. And it's just a fun memory to look at after all this craziness. So thank you all for coming, and I'm going to turn it to Kristen.
Thank you, Kaylee. My name is Kristen Bates. I am the community manager on the Norwell Spotlight TV side. So Kaylee and I share a lot of similar responsibilities. I handle the production on the Norwell Spotlight side. So you've more than likely interacted with me if you wanted to get your story told or help out with some of the filming that we've done in Norwell. In addition to that, I am also the social media manager for all of our social media outlets for Norwell Spotlight TV. So if you've seen some of like the cool behind the scenes pictures I've taken, as well as some pretty impressive memes, if I do say so myself, those all came from me, and you're very welcome. More to come. I love working here. I started about 6 months ago. I was hired right in the middle of the pandemic, just as things were shifting. So I also get to wear many hats with NSTV. I do some videography work. I also edit some videos as well. So you name it, I've done it. In the past 6 months, some of my favorite things that I've done is working with the Council on Aging for the seniors, celebrating seniors. It was a great idea having the senior citizens in Norwell kind of talk to the Norwell High School seniors of 2020 and tell them, you know, hey, we've experienced life, here's some great advice, and you'll get through this. That was really heartfelt. I also enjoyed working with Andrew Hamilton, who is a beekeeper in Norwell. We got to be surrounded by bees, wearing these really cool beekeeping suits, and really learning sort of the importance that bees play into the environment. So a lot of cool stuff that I've gotten to work on. I'm really excited for this next year, and I'm excited for the opportunity to continue to work with NSTV and tell some pretty cool stories. Norwell's awesome. I'm just throwing that out there. And I will pass this along to Christina.
All right, 3 Ks in a row, but you didn't see that coming, everybody. I'm Christina. I am the producer of the public channel on the Hingham side. So as many of the other team members, I also wear multiple hats. I produce with members on their shows. I also cover various events that go on in Hingham. I edit, I shoot, and one of my most memorable moments or projects that I've worked on from this past year has to have been the biggest project that I've worked on since I started working here, which was creating a tribute video for the 4th of July. As we all know, we couldn't have a 4th of July parade in Hingham this year, and last year was the first time that I had attended the parade, and I saw how massive it was and how much it meant to the community and that electric feeling that it brings. And so I knew that we had an enormous opportunity to provide the community with something to take place of the parade. Nothing's ever gonna take place of the parade completely. I understand that, but it was really great to be able to give the community that content. So that's my most memorable project that I've ever worked on. And without further ado, I'm gonna move it on over to Mark.
Thanks, Christina. I am also a producer with the Harbor Media on the Hingham side. I am in charge of the government channel. I schedule it, and I do some of the meetings along with Christina. I also was hired around the time of the pandemic kicking off, which was quite an experience, seeing as I thought I was going to be a videographer editor, and I was spending two months at home making PSAs. But I'm not complaining. It was a great way to ease into the job, and you may have seen some of those in the video. It was actually kind of fun to be so current and so hyper local, and it's really been a cool experience for me to do both. And I think once we finally did get out of our caves and we got out into the community again around, I think it was early June, one of my first experiences that I really meant a lot to me, and I felt I was part of something somewhat important, was the Black Lives Matter vigil at St. John's Church. Was, I believe, the first thing I did in the field, and that was one of the first South Shore Diversity Spotlights. That was also a highlight, making the intros for that, and South Shore Scoop being in the ground floor of two of our new shows that Joe's doing, and you know, I'm really proud of a lot of the work I've done here. I think my favorite accomplishment, or just what I was able to create my own show and go in front of the camera myself, and I'm glad that there was confidence enough in me to allow me to do that. I did a talk show called In Conversation With, and I got to interview my old Hingham High School history teacher, James Kirkcaldy. I forgot to mention, I did grow up in Hingham, and I lived there until very recently. Currently I live in Weymouth. but Hingham will always have a great place in my heart, and it's just been a blast, and I look forward to continuing to work in this role. And I also like everybody I work with. And so let's hand it over to Michelle Balconi, our Executive Director.
Thank you, Mark. I hope everyone's enjoying hearing just a little bit about our team. They're terrific people, and I could honestly use my time talking about them. They're very talented people, very creative, and overwhelmingly, we have a real spirit of teamwork here. And I've seen it time and time again. People just jump in to help each other out. But I am Michelle Balconi. I am the Executive Director. There's the theme here. I too started in the middle of a pandemic, and we have just not stopped and not looked back ever since then. I was originally hired almost exactly 2 years ago to launch Norwell Spotlight TV, and had a wonderful time building that public access TV station in the community of Norwell, launching the channels. Many of us on this call were together for the official launch in Norwell about 1.5 years ago. And things just continue to grow and prosper in the town of Norwell. So I am very, very happy to have had the opportunity to assume the role as Executive Director of all of Harbor Media. Professionally, this is so much fun. And I enjoy the people I work with, but I really enjoy meeting the people in the community. And I've lived in the South Shore. This is my second time, so total of almost 9 years. My husband grew up here, and we choose to live here. When we moved away, we were trying to come back. And this to me is a dream job, to be active in two wonderful communities, work with very bright, talented, creative staff, and just continue to set goals, meet goals, exceed goals, and keep having fun. So I appreciate this opportunity. In the past year, other than becoming Executive Director, which is a lot of fun, I really enjoyed 2 specific pieces of content that we created. And that is the Memorial Day celebration in Norwell. It was supposed to be an in-person event, but our team worked together to produce that so that the community could enjoy something on Memorial Day. And then I would have to say also to Christina's point, the 4th of July tribute was amazing. There's nothing like an in-person parade, but with the tribute, we were actually able to tell the story of Hingham 4th of July from a historical perspective, as well as the people who've been involved all along the way and how it's celebrated today. So with that, before I kick it off to Ryan, I would like to interview someone I wasn't sure who was going to be able to make it, and that is Ben Flynn from our Norwell Spotlight TV. Ben, can you give us a wave and a hi? Hi, Ben. Thanks for joining us. Ben has been filming government programming in Norwell since before Harbor Media collaborated with Norwell Spotlight TV. So we're very glad that Ben was able to join us. And then now I'm going to kick it over to Ryan.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much. My name is Ryan Fitch. I'm a videographer and editor for Norwell Spotlight TV. I was hired in June of this past year during the craziness, just like so many others, and I'm very happy that I was. I have previous experience working in public television. I worked in Weymouth for 5 years, creating hyperlocal content and PSAs, and I'm loving all the things that Norwell's doing in Harbor Media. Even more excited to showcase my drone videography skills and bringing that in addition to our already creative programming, highlighting recreation, conservation, many other outdoor spotlights that you saw in the videos as well. I loved bringing Andrea Lovett's children's stories to life, even though I was editing remotely from Colorado at the time, before I officially moved back to the South Shore after being away for just a year. I'm currently working on a great project documenting African-American history in Norwell, so please be on the lookout for that in the very near future. Thanks.
Thank you, Ryan. And we have a team member who a lot of people on this call have worked with who was unable to join us tonight. So Adam, can you cue up Aaron's message, please?
Hi, I'm Erin DiMartino, the senior producer here at Harbor Media. Thank you so much for coming to our annual meeting. I take care of the content that I program on the Education Channel. I edit, I produce, I direct, I'm a videographer. My most favorite thing that I do at Harbor Media and within this year is original programming. Anything that has to do with Bow to Stern, Cops and Kids. Original programming is my jam. But I also really enjoyed anything that had to do with celebration videos for the kids in the schools, you know, culmination videos for 5th grade, the celebration video for the seniors and the graduation. I feel like it was really historical, and I was really happy to be able to do that and make those videos for the students and their families. So I was happy to be able to do that, and that's about it. So thanks for coming to our annual meeting.
I love Erin's message. So you've learned a lot about our team, but really it's our members that make things work around here. So we'd like to take this time to shine a light on our members, and Kaylee and Kristen have stories about a few people who make up the foundation of public access television in Hingham and Norwell. Kaylee?
Thanks, Michelle. So this is a new thing that we're going to do every annual meeting. We're going to always honor the people who create content with us. So I just have a little tidbit about our first member of the year. They don't know that they're going to get it, so surprise. Over the last several years, this member has been a consistent ray of sunshine in our studio. She's always ready to learn and eager to try something new. She is now working on a documentary that will change the way that we look at vaping. Please join me in honoring the Harbor Media 2020 Member of the Year, Lori Tobin.
Yay!
Woohoo! Oh my, well, thank you very, very much. It's been a lot of fun. This year's been a little tough with COVID, but yeah, I feel very blessed. You guys are great. And I enjoy coming and working in the studio, and also just working with all of you. And Joe has been phenomenal to work with, as has been Michelle and Christina. And I've worked with you, Kaylee, and I've worked with Erin. And oh my goodness, did I forget anybody? But they were all awesome. Thank you very much. I'm surprised, but very happy. Thank you.
That's why I double emailed you to make sure you were coming. All right, now I'm going to bring it over to Kristen.
Thank you, Kaylee, and congratulations, Lori. That's super cool. Our member of the year, we're not super surprised that they're going to be our first ever member of the year. But it comes pretty obviously. They always make some amazing content with us. So please put your hands together for our 2020 member of the year for Norwell Spotlight TV. Get ready for my screen share. Abby and Megan from Bringing the World to Your Table. Oh, look how cute they are. So I have a quick spiel. Abby and Megan, they've been working with us since we first launched NSTV over a year ago. Their enthusiasm to create amazing stories and delicious food, even during a global pandemic, is so incredible. Abby and Megan are always up for anything. And every time I've emailed them about some like venture of mine for NSTV, their responses are always a quick and resounding, yes, I'm in, let's do it. So this year's Member of the Year award, it was an easy choice. And again, congrats to Abby and Megan for their many episodes of Bringing the World to Your Table. And we will be having some more episodes in the future, so be on the lookout.
Well, that's great. We're cooking on we're taping on Friday. Yeah. Oh,
yes,
thank you so much. It's so much fun. And it's such a great, everyone is really fabulous to work with. I love everybody who comes over, and we get Bentley, my dog, in the shots, and we get the kids in the shots, and we have so much fun cooking. And we've come up with some really good ideas, we think, because we haven't been traveling. So we've been coming up with some tours and some things that we can bring to Norwell, which will hopefully enhance people's lives, because I think we're going to be shut in a little bit longer. And it's such a joy to work with you all. And thanks to Adam and Ryan and Kristen and of course Michelle. You guys are the best.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lori, Abby, and Megan. I mean, you really, really do add so much to what we do, and your content is fabulous. What you share with the community is really engaging and inspiring. And we have had several new contacts call us or email us because they've seen what you're producing or because they've spoken with you and they want to check it out too. So thank you. In many ways, you're not only members of the year, but you're also ambassadors for Harbor Media and NSTV. And please know how deeply that you all are appreciated. So thank you so much and glad you could be here. So we're coming to a close, but we have some things that we want to share looking forward, and then we'll have an interactive session for questions and comments. But as we come to a close for this annual meeting, we'd just like to provide a few details about what's ahead as we continue to collaborate with the communities of Hingham and Norwell. So a couple of things to look out for. Number one, and most recently accomplished, and you'll see more fruit coming from this venture, is the new 5-year Harbor Media Strategic Plan. And the board has done a lot of work outlining goals in finance, operations, technology, programming, membership, and community engagement. You can find this 5-year strategic plan on every page of our harbormedia.org website and our Norwell Spotlight TV website. So please check it out and help us accomplish these quite aggressive goals over the next 5 years. In addition to that, and as part of our process for creating the new strategic plan, we developed a new mission statement that I'd like to share with you all, which you'll also find on our website and on different station IDs throughout our television programming. And that is that Harbor Media is the premier hyperlocal media content provider for those who live, work, and enjoy the communities of Hingham and Norwell. Our team collaborates with citizens to celebrate human diversity, experience lifelong learning, and actively engage in matters of civic importance. Simply put, we're here to share your story. So please check out our 5-year strategic plan and help us move forward in this direction. Additionally, we have brand new sections of our website that I encourage you to check out. And those sections are a learning section that includes several how-to videos. We'll be uploading a new video each month, but we already have 2 learning videos. This is how to use our equipment and then reserve and check out the equipment. We have a 3rd one that I'm pretty sure will be updated within the next 2 weeks. And we look forward to continuing to grow this learning library for the community. Really, we need to do that because we have to do things in a socially distant and safe way, but it's also a really great idea for sharing how to use the equipment. The equipment that Harbor Media and Norwell Spotlight TV has is not only for our use, but it's for your use. And we want to do a better job of teaching you how to use it and how to check out that equipment to create great public access programming. Also check out a new section on both websites, and it's called Get Involved, where we explain the many ways you can get involved with Harbor Media and Norwell Spotlight TV, namely volunteering, joining as a member, and sponsorship. So please check out those sections on our 2 websites. Also note that if you attended our annual meeting last year, you saw our new podcast studio. Due to COVID, we're not actively recording there, but we do have member uploaded podcast, and we are selecting from our television content, uploading the audio files so that those are also available on our podcast libraries. So look for more of that. You will know if you live in Hingham that there's already a Verizon HD channel, but also look out because there will soon be a Comcast HD channel in Hingham and there'll be a very big marketing push to celebrate having HD for all subscribers. And then also note, if you live in Norwell, that the Comcast HD channel is coming in under the next 12 months as well. So HD for public access television, look for that. Anything else that you want to talk about? We're happy to answer your questions, but we do hope you enjoy the accomplishments from this past year. We've gotten a lot of feedback on our interactive TV schedule, video on demand, as well as with the 7 new shows that we created. From a community engagement point of view, we've really grown this year. You know, some Harbor Media, Norwell Spotlight TV standbys, you know, organizations that we've created content with for several years, you know, include South Shore Health and both the Hingham and Norwell Historical Societies, Norwell Council on Aging, as well as the Hingham Services for Older Citizens, and Hingham and Norwell Public Schools. This was a big year for school content due to the pandemic and communicating what was happening when. So a lot of content was created with the schools and the towns of Hingham and Norwell, as well as their public safety departments, police and fire. So those relationships are solid. But recently new and moving forward into the next year, we've developed a new series with Brigham and Women's Health. So that'll be a monthly health topic, new topic every month. South Shore Conservatory, we've worked with them in the past, but we've really created a lot of content with them recently, and then coming up, we have 2 great pieces coming from them. Hingham Unity Council has been fantastic, and in co-producing a new show. We are 2 episodes in, at least. I think the 3rd is being filmed coming up, and that's Community Conversations. We've also been working with the Norwell All Are Welcome committee. And so just demonstrating that commitment to represent all voices in the Hingham and Norwell communities and reflect the diversity that is there in terms of ideas, activities, interest, and voices. So these are things you can all look forward to and help us with in the coming year. And with that, please remember to tune in and check us out. And remember that we are all here to share your story. So with that, I thank you for your time, and please give a thumbs up if you have a question or a comment. Adam will officiate over that.
Adam?
You're on, Abby.
I just wanted to say, poor Megan, because I'm the mouthy one of the group between the 2 of us, but I just wanted to say she had to be on another call, and she just texted me and said she's so thrilled, and she wants to make sure that I think I did say we and us, and because we're a team, we love doing it together, but she just wanted to extend her thanks and say how excited we are for this next year. We have lots of ideas.
Great. Well, this is where you can make it happen. Thank you, Abby.
You're welcome.
Any other comments from the community, from the participants? Okay, with that, we will.
So a second, Lori wants to say something.
Oh, okay, great.
And I do too, Michelle. I combed my hair for this. It was absolutely wonderful. I really enjoyed it. You guys did a great job. That was a lot of work to put all that together during COVID. So it was wonderful. And thank you again for having me be the, what am I?
Member of the Year.
Member of the Year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lori.
My turn. So I just, Margie, anybody that knows me knows I couldn't go without saying anything. But I just want to say I am so grateful for Harbor Media. I have interacted with you on so many levels in so many different ways. Thank you to your board members who said, hey, please do something, Marianne. I said, okay, fine. I love it. I love Harbor Media. I think you're a great resource for the community. You're a great board, great staff. Any ideas that I come to you with, I refer people to you. You've just done a really, really good job, and you should all be really proud of yourselves. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Your enthusiasm like keeps us going, you know?
I don't see anyone else. Anyone else have any questions or anything? All right.
I just think you guys do an amazing job, and I think all the board members here would say, absolutely, you guys are rocking it, and we're getting better and better and better. Some of us, Jim, right? We've been on since what, 2011?
100%. 10 years.
The support of the board is tremendous, and we're going to start showcasing the team members a little more so that you truly understand the connection between the board and the team, and then how that translates to what we show on television. Okay, well, thank you all for coming. Please know that you can send an email to any member of the team or use our contact form. We have a very big production coming up in 2 weeks that came through our website, and that's a fundraiser. I can't remember the exact date, but it's an ergathon, and for the Maritime Association in Hingham, and that came from our website. So that's monitored, and we'll reply or send us an email or give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and thanks for supporting us and everything that we have going on in the future. We're going to do it together.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, members. Thank you, everyone.